Hello and good evening from Germany. This is Jonathan Quayle Higgins III, streaming live here from Hamburg. Beautiful mid-spring evening, and yeah, it is a kind of breaking stream. Actually, was not planned to do another one today. I hope nobody minds. I was just researching. I did my homework and I was researching how the gravity equal force works. And while I was planning the show, trying to educate myself, some other interesting stuff happened, which I wanted to show you tonight. So I hope that it's not getting as boring as yesterday, which was only storytelling. So I'm trying to make it a little bit more exciting than yesterday, and I hope that I succeed in that mission. So we have here in the comments Dodger first, second, and third. Hello, Dodger. Good to see you. We must travel to Glashütte soon. Indeed, my friend, that is you. I hope that for some reason Lange opens their doors again, because I would love to visit the factory. At the moment, they are not having this program, so that is why I'm still being on the fence. We have here Arc Ski. I think that is the correct pronunciation. So a skier in the avatar. So I guess that you're living or close by a skiing region and are a big skier. You told us that your son is a very good skier and tennis player. So good evening, or good afternoon to you. I hope that you enjoy your lunch. Billie Jean's Higgy the Peacemaker. Cheers. Not sure how I deserve that title, but I take it any day of the week. Chili Badger says JQH has only a voice that woman of the night will appreciate. I mean, I've been told that that the sound of my voice is quite sexy, and that from a female member of the community. So you save your criticism wherever it goes. I know, Chili Badger. I know that you're a nasty troll, and that this is all in good fun. I can't change my voice unless I have Mookie's program, and then I can speak like Mike the Snake, which may be an idea to make this channel a little bit more interesting. So you never know. You never know what comes next. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of an update. Yesterday, we've been talking about Vacheron reference 47101, and I couldn't find the best picture that I had of my particular watch, which is that. So that was the original condition, how I sold it to the buyer, who is member of the Singapore Watch Club. You can see some small scratches here where the pushers are activated. Tiny scratches here on the bezel. I think that is a reflection here on the luck. I don't think that that's a scratch. So some hairline scratches because I wore it maybe in the house for half an hour, then put it back. But I never really wore it, so it was in immaculate condition. And when I see that picture, actually my heart hurts a little bit. You remember the story that I told you yesterday about the Singapore Watch Club, who gathered 15 of those, sent them to Vacheron for a restoration and for a kind of customization. And I told the story yesterday. So this morning I'm receiving a message from somebody from Singapore, actually a message from the buyer who bought my particular Vacheron. I told you the story, and he told me, "Hey Higgins, you may be interested in that. The project is finished." And he sent me the link to the Singapore Watch Club that I showed you yesterday. And I immediately called him and told him, congratulations, fantastic project, but you're too late, because I have a YouTube channel. He doesn't know that I have a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel, and I covered the story yesterday already. turns out that he knows Benjamin Chi, who is living in Singapore. And I kindly asked him to join me on the panel to tell me a little bit more about this project. And he said yes. So not sure if he has second thoughts after he saw the show with all my stuttering and stuff. So I keep my fingers crossed that he will show up in the next couple of shows, and maybe we can go a little bit deeper into this amazing project. But you can see how small the world is, and it's you never really lose track. Actually, I lost his information, and I was so happy that he approached me directly. So fingers crossed that he's gonna be coming very soon. The magpie is here. Now this is what I enjoy the most, the explanation of the engineering created in such a tiny space. Then you're on the right place. Actually, I have something really cool prepared here today because a friend of mine sent me a super interesting link. Arc your ski, horse love for that chili. There you go. It goes both ways, chili. Y2K is the most famous resident of Singapore, no doubt about that. So Y2K is a fantastic guy, and certainly the most prominent member of the community here. Okay, so this is where we wrap up the story about the VC for the moment, but we will come back as soon as the buyer, I'm not telling his name at the moment, returns to me. By the way, just in case that you're watching, I'm posting the link here again. So if you're available tonight, I think it's very early for you in the morning. So I guess that you're sleeping. I'm posting the link in the comments, and feel free to hop on. Anybody else who wants to help to hold my hand, it can also join the panel. So please don't be a stranger. Help me. Even just being with me helps me a little bit with my nervousness. Okay, so what I received today from a very good friend of mine who knows that I'm a watch nut. His son is watching the show. Is something I thought, okay, mechanical watch. So is he showing me now a new independent watch project? But it turns out that this guy went very far his way to make animations how a mechanical watch works. And this is incredible, very interesting. So if you would like to get a little bit into the knowledge how a mechanical watch works, I posted the link here in the comments. It is Bartosz Chichanovsky, I think I pronounced it correctly. So that is the link, and I bookmarked this because when I'm trying to explain you something about watches and how it works, this may become very handy. And I promise you, today I'm gonna use it. But first of all, and this was always what I was dreaming about, 101 how a watch works. And I think you remember I started a similar thing with Voulez-Vous, and I was hoping that we could continue a little bit, but this went dead in the water, unfortunately. So I would like to come back to that. Okay, so basically we're making it very simple, and everything that you have to know about a mechanical watch is basically here in the display. This is a mechanical watch without an escapement. I used to train salespeople on mechanical watches, also on South Sea pearls and all kind of stuff. And I had a swatch prepared, a mechanical swatch without escapement. And when you wind the crown, so when you wind the mainspring barrel without an escapement, this happens. And now have a look. When I slide it, I'm basically winding the watch. Here is the last gear, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. that is the gear where the second hand is connected. Here is the second hand on that last gear, on the fourth gear. And now have a look what happens when I wind the watch as said without an escapement. So I wind it up, and then the following happens. So this watch unwinds its entire power reserve within a minute. The second hand spins like crazy, and that's it. That's basically how a mechanical watch works. Now, you have to slow down this process that you're just seeing. And what you do is you connect a kind of mechanical brake or a mechanical device that releases this motion step by step over the time of 48, 60, 72 hours. For this process, you're using an escapement. And that's all what a mechanical watch is all about in theory, but then the fine thing lay in the details. But once you understand this, how a mechanical watch works without escapement, you basically know everything that you need to know about mechanical watches. Okay, so I got a little bit detracted. Now let's go. Yeah, yeah, I'm a little bit conflicted if I should show you a new watch or if I should explain you how this equal gravity device works. I think I'm gonna show you a new watch that I was very excited about. And then we are going to the technical stuff, and then I'm showing you another cool watch. Okay. So my favorite magazine or publishing for all kind of watches, Monochrome, you can see it here, had an article after I announced that I'm talking about Armin Strom, and I'm gonna talk about Armin Strom. I promise you that. Naoya Ida from Japan released a new collection, and I was electrified. I know Naoya Hida from his first collection, which I'm going to show you in a second. The first collection looked like this. 1 second. Okay. The first collection looked like that. The very first watches were those in the center. A basic steel watch, I think 37 millimeters, if I'm correct. Let me check if it's for 37 or 36. Good question. Where is, yeah, 37 millimeters size. Everything made in Japan, very small numbers. He became very popular in the meantime. His production is sold out. He's only producing a handful of watches, but I really like the style. It looks like a vintage Patek, but in a very cool, dedicated, and stylish kind of way. It is very minimal, but it's very classy. My favorite part is the dial. You can see here those numerals are hand engraved and then filled out with an urushi lacquer, which is half transparent. So you still get an idea about the engraving and the richness and the depth of it. And this is a super cool watch, in my opinion. Now here comes the negative. The movement is not really something that people are going crazy. That is a Valju 7750 base movement that he gutted out then. He took away the chronograph mechanism. He took away the automatic winding mechanism. He uses it as a manual wind movement, which is very flat because he removed the automatic part, the chronograph part. He creates his own main bridge on top. Visually not the most attractive movement because of that big cap or that big bridge, but nicely finished. Nothing to complain, nothing really to rave about. So the movement is modified by him in Japan, but in my opinion, not the true highlight. The highlight is just the simplicity of the case, the simplicity of the dial. And ever since I saw his first collection, I was a big fan of his. I prefer the Breguet numerals more than those simple modern numerals. He also does Roman numerals, which are not my favorite in this combination. But now Naoya Hida had put the ball, how do you say, put the ball out of the park, or out in the park, whatever. Now everybody who knows me a little bit knows that I'm not a friend of yellow gold. I'm not a friend of two-tone. And now we have 3 watches here with yellow gold, 1 with two-tone. So what the fike is going on with you, Higgins? Very good question, and let me explain. So the first watch that he introduced today is that rectangular watch, which is very cool. Looks kind of vintage. Could have been introduced at the same time like a reverso. Very classy, timeless design. Reminds a little bit of a Patek Gondolo. There is no coincidence. Naoya Hida is working in the watch business for a very long time. He's a dedicated Patek fan. His round watch is inspired by the 96 series, and here that square certainly has some. What is the name of the square one? Forgot the name. So, but when you see it from the side, it is a very unique shape, beautiful square movement, which I guess is based on a Peso 7701. I have no idea how he made it rectangular. I hope that one day he will explain it. So again, a very nice finished movement, but it's not a high-end movement. No internal angles, no crazy beveling and so on. So the movement is quite reduced, just like the entire watch is. I really like that. Now, here comes my favorite. That is the round watch now with the moon phase. I didn't like the moon phase of the first the first series. He had this gold moon phase all over the place. I think it was a golden plate. Now he's using a lapis lazuli, and he's integrating that hand engraved moon, and I totally love that combination. The two-tone case with the gold bezel, with the gold hands, the gold moon together with the blue lapis lazuli bezel. In my opinion, this is absolute perfection. I totally love the watch, and a huge shout out to Naoya Hida. I think this is almost a perfect watch, and I think the Roman numerals work here when you compare it to the steel watch with the golden moon phase. That is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely amazing watch. I'm over the moon. This is just crazy. Now the negative part is a little bit the price. Those Naoya Hidas don't come cheap. So estimated price will be 22,800 plus taxes. In euros, this is around 25,000 US dollars. I know it's not a manufacturer movement, but Naoya Hida is doing a lot of modification, a lot of work in Japan, and he's a very searched artist. And in my opinion, he offers the best of all Japanese independents at the moment. You may hear that I'm a big fan. Now, the other one that he unveiled is solid gold. So usually I'm not a big fan of yellow gold, solid gold. You know the story about my Vacheron that I wasn't wearing it mainly because it was yellow gold. Now, why I'm so much in love with the gold? Well, let me explain you. Have a look at that. So there is a series that is hand engraved by a Japanese artist. The artist is mentioned in the article. I forgot his name. I find this engraving super cool. Subdued, deep. It's a negative engraving. It is absolutely fitting, absolutely matching, and this side view together with this fantastic dial is just amazing. I'm I can't praise him enough. I think this collection really is a winner, and everybody who loves watches should look into that a little bit more. It's just amazing. In my opinion, it's mind blowing. Now, why can't I come back to the article? Yeah. So here we are having the prices. The prices for the engraved one is around 48,000 euros plus taxes. So a little bit over 50,000 US dollars plus taxes. The plain gold is 35,000 euros or 38,000 US. That will be the non-engraved version. I think those are totally worth looking into it. I can tell you, I reached out to him. I asked for the second series. Never really placed an order. Very kind guy, very good contact. Very highly recommended to contact Naoya Hida. And guys, keep this guy, those people posted because I'm pretty sure they will come up with some more amazing items. And I really hope that one day he's doing his own movements. Okay, so here was the the part where I'm getting overly excited. So let's see if some more guests joined me. I see 11 viewers, which is not really much. I had more, so I don't know if somebody is rebel streaming me, but yeah, whatever. So just turn on the stream, and my wife said Higgy voice. My wife heard Higgy voice and said, "Baby, no way, turn it off." Thank you very much, Jamie. Jamie is spicy and quite negative recently. Have you noticed it? So yeah, Chili Badger is having a conversation with Dodger. Gonzo streaming. Gonzo streaming. Should we ban Gonzo Jamie? I think since he changed his name to Gonzo's Jamie, and that he's now focusing on Gonzo streaming. I think we should ban him very soon. So Jamie, your first strike here. So let's see here. How they work is by far my favorite part with watches. Not sure what the magpie is referring to, but the 7 is very detailed. Are you talking about Naoya Hida, or have we moved? So yes, he's a little bit disappointed at 7750, and certainly Tim doesn't know what he's talking about. Zeppy, my favorite simp is here. Hello, Zeppy. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that you enjoy the show. I hope that you're not falling into sleep. So yeah, no worries, Jonathan. Quail Higgins, plenty. We'll catch up later. Thank you very much. Yes, Doctor, I hope that we're having the discussion about your new Daytona maybe tomorrow. But today it was breaking news, and I had to do that. So just for you as a reminder, because I was criticizing a little bit the previous one, the steel one with the gold moon. I think that is a little bit blunt, but we're complaining on a very high level, and we have a special guest who is on the brink of getting banned. So Jamie, watch your words, but hello and good evening to you. And you're muted. Jamie? Okay, that was quick. Jamie, I'm removing you when you're ready. Just let me know, and you're welcome on the show. Okay, so now here is my homework part that I had to do. I think it was Whole Milk. Was it Whole Milk who reminded me to check out? Okay, 1 second. Hey, Jamie.
Hello. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Great to be here. I just want to show you my house tour.
Okay, go ahead.
So we have an olive tree
Wow.
with a
Is that
bar.
inside of the house?
This is outside under the
Outside. Okay.
sky. So
One
I'm
second. I'll
planning.
make you full screen.
Okay, let's do this.
One second. Why doesn't it work? Okay, full screen.
Okay, so there is a bath with an olive tree outside. You get the concept?
Yeah, very much.
Yep.
Does it
Okay.
rain enough or no? No, you have to
You fill
water
it.
it.
You fill
Okay.
it. You fill it. So I'm in Sevilla. Then we have a little gym.
Nice. But this is not your house. This is a hotel or
This is Airbnb.
okay.
Then we have
Wow.
you can
Tesla inside.
you park your car inside. Yeah.
Yeah. Is the car
So you,
included in the
no,
Airbnb?
it's my car. It's my car. I drove
Ah,
it
it's
here.
okay. What kind of car is that? I can't see that. Is that a Tesla or
Land
no?
Rover. Land Rover.
Ah, okay. The reflection is really weird. Okay.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
it.
Land Rover. So this is a very interesting concept, what they've done, the architect. So, I mean, this is just an ordinary piece of land in Sevilla, but the way they've done it, it's four floors going
Yeah.
up. Free gin and tonic.
You're lit already? So I
You
can
could say that.
I can tell you that this kind of stairs will be illegal in Germany. It wouldn't pass with the authorities. So there is no way. There is no way that this would fly in Germany.
So it's a two-bedroom, one bathroom just gone. It's a pretty standard set of stairs. This is the
One
master
second, we have
suite.
a one second. We have a message from Curly. Curly, I don't need more than another 45 minutes, unless Mr. Opulence is boring us. So thank you very much for waiting with the dungeon.
You remember those squeaky fuckers?
Yeah, do they still squeak?
No, they've stopped.
Why is
They've
the
stopped.
insole so dirty?
No, they're not dirty. Don't be silly. It's
It
dark.
looks black.
No,
My
no, no,
insoles
no.
are white.
No, no, no. There's the Rimowa.
Okay.
Sea blue. Sea blue.
That is a fantastic color, I must say.
Yeah. And then nice ensuite. So this is floor one, right? We've gone from ground floor to floor one. Now we go up to floor two. Yeah. 22. 24. Okay. 24. Then we have the kitchen
Wow.
and island. Look, very nice.
Wow.
Docks anyone?
You already did. Thank you very much for that.
It's okay. Um, so living room.
Be careful.
Then we go up. I'm out of breath. Okay. Now this is the fourth level.
Oh, can I see that showcase?
Showcase? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
that vitrine here.
No, it's not really. It's just a patio heater.
Okay. Ah, okay.
You take it outside.
I thought it's a little bit a showcase because I'm still searching for a way to present my Fabergé egg.
No,
That
no.
would be nice.
This is a patio heater.
Okay, got it. So you have a gas bottle in the foot.
Yeah, probably at the bottom.
Yeah.
Then you go out. You have a nice seating area
Yeah, and a whirlpool.
and a pool.
Wow. Can you sneak over the balcony and watch the neighbors when they're sunbathing?
I haven't actually had a look. Let's have a look. This is the rooftops of Sevilla.
Oh, very nice. A lot of air
But you know
conditions
what?
in
Like,
the neighboring.
just from a just let's just take a step back, right? It's a
Yeah.
very small piece of land,
Yeah, yeah.
but architecturally, what they've done to make it so that you can drive your car in, lock it, and then because it's built over three, you go up, you got the first floor, which is the bedroom, second floor, which is the kitchen and living room, and then third floor, which is this.
Hmm.
I mean, it's genius. It's
Yeah.
absolutely genius.
Fantastic. And the main problem is solved where to park the car, because I'm pretty sure when they build it new, you have to
Yeah.
prove that you have a place to park the car. So to
Yeah,
take the car inside,
parking
yeah.
is an issue, all the
Yeah.
punters. And also Sevilla is like 40 odd degrees in summer, so you want to get your
Hmm.
car out the heat.
Yeah.
So it's genius.
So did
Absolutely
you go
genius.
out for dinner, or did you cook in that
No,
beautiful kitchen?
we picked my daughter up straight from school.
Hmm.
Um, oh shit, I just got my socks wet. So we got here like 7 p.m. So we just had a pizza delivered. And then we're going to the it's called Isla Mágica. So tomorrow morning we're going to a theme park.
Hmm.
We're gonna have a nice day at the theme park. I'm gonna have to get some cigars because I've got to smoke a cigar here, haven't I?
Oh, that would be wonderful. A warm
Yeah.
spring night, a cigar, and a gin tonic.
Yeah, it's like 31 degrees here, man. It's
So,
just gorgeous.
so Jamie, we are here a watch channel. So, which watch are you wearing?
Well, I'm not actually wearing any watch right
Oh,
now,
get the fuck out of here.
but I have been wearing my Amiga, but it's downstairs,
Okay.
so not wearing anything right now.
It looks.
Yeah,
I think the blue sky. I can feel the warm temperature.
it's
It's
warm, man.
beautiful. Yeah. Hmm.
It's absolutely warm. I can't wait to get stuck in. Sevilla is an incredible city. Christopher Columbus is buried here.
Hmm.
It used to be the place that they used to discover the new world. They used
Hmm.
to send all these tall ships out to Colombia, Venezuela, pillaging, finding gold, and bringing it home.
Hmm. Robbing other
Sevilla is,
countries.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, Sevilla is the capital of flamenco.
Yeah. Did they also import salt?
No say, I don't know. They have
Okay.
a museum which is tobacco,
Hmm.
tobacco building.
Okay.
So they definitely had a lot of trade with tobacco.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Looks like you're so how far is the drive from your place?
It's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay, so it's still acceptable. And you
Yeah,
went there for
exactly.
the theme park?
No, we're here from today's Wednesday, so we're here till Sunday. So we got the theme park tomorrow. Um, then Friday we're going to the Real Alcazar, which is it's actually a palace, a
Hmm.
working palace that belongs to the Kingdom of Spain. So we're going to see that. Then we're going to the cathedral, which is where we shall see Christopher Columbus's tomb. And then we're going to have some tapas. And then early evening, we're going to a flamenco show. So, we've got a whole host of events
Very
over the coming
nice.
days. Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah.
You look very happy, very relaxed.
I'm always happy.
So I have now one important question. I mean, you're in a beautiful city. It is a beautiful summer evening. What the fuck are you doing on YouTube?
I'm addicted. I'm an addict.
The needle is deep.
Yeah. I just I was sitting we were sitting at the table all having pizza
Hmm.
and I just slyly, brought out my phone, had a quick look, and your voice. It's like, oh babe, turn it off.
She said it really?
Yeah, right, because we're here with her mum, so it's
Yeah,
her
yeah, I
mum,
know, I know, I know.
her, and the little one. So
Yeah.
yeah, because she doesn't want me on YouTube, so she said I'll turn it off.
So it was not my voice, it was the fact that you were on
It,
YouTube.
Yeah, she's heard your voice. She's heard them all. Marcelo, all of them. Archie. Yeah, she's heard them all.
Can't get worse than Archie and Marcelo.
No, no.
I
But
know.
it's
You know, I have a strict policy in the house of Higgins. When I'm listening to Archie, I have to wear headphones. So,
oh, you have to for safety precautions. And when Curly speaks, you have to lower the volume.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you can suffer ear damage?
When Mr. GMT speaks, you have to raise the volume.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's true.
But that doesn't mean you're boring, Mr. GMT, because I find you fascinating.
Actually, I had a long talk with Mr. GMT yesterday after the show, and we had this running shtick for over 3 years, where I was always complaining about his audio quality. So the first sentence that I told him directly after 1 year was, "Your audio is still crap. So what the fuck are
Right.
you doing here?" Isn't it
Yeah, yeah.
amazing? I mean, he has a kind of studio in his doll collection
Mm.
room. Spent quite some money, but he doesn't manage to get a decent audio.
He probably needs a cloud lifter. Maybe that's what he's missing because he's got the Shure mic, but he
Mm,
might be missing the cloud lifter to raise
yeah.
it. Because that Shure mic alone is terrible. It drops the volume. It's absolutely atrocious.
Okay.
But you need a cloud lifter.
Mm. Yeah, and when he's mobile, I think his main mistake is he doesn't have the settings right. So he has a kind of
Yeah.
noise cancellation. I'm a big fan of wired earplugs. I don't trust those Bluetooth shitty things. At the moment, I'm wearing a wired earplug because that is foolproof. You don't have problems with noise cancellation with the Bluetooth connection. So
How's my audio?
quite decent actually.
Yeah. So this
Yeah,
is just no headphones.
yeah.
But fortunately, I'm in a position where I can hear you clearly.
Mhm.
So yeah, if you're not in a position where you can actually hear someone, then you need the headphones. But those AirPods are actually terrible. I've done a lot of calls with people on the AirPods, and they all say, "Oh, mate, I can't hear you. I can't hear you."
Mm, mm.
And these are
Yeah,
genuine Apple AirPods.
yeah. You know, Tanzil, he has those high-end cars and spends
Hey,
all that money. He's
Tanzil sounds very good.
really he
Yeah,
calls
he's
he calls me from the car, and it's always terrible. He's having this BMW, the Bluetooth in his car is always awful. And then he tells me he's driving by the Ministry of Defense, and they have kind of scramblers, so his signal is totally out then.
so you know when Tan does the narrative, he sounds. I mean, often when I hear him, he sounds loud. Like
Hmm.
he sounds really clear and loud.
Probably he's doing
Is
that
that
then
from his
for.
car?
No, I don't think so. No, no, no.
Uh,
Definitely not. The audio quality is much better.
yeah, he's got really good setup.
Yeah.
Really good. Have you been to Sevilla?
No, I've been only to Spain in Barcelona and on Palma de Mallorca, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you've, I mean, you've got some incredible. You got Sevilla, which I'm gonna really deeply explore, but beyond that, you've got Cordoba and Granada.
Hmm.
Phenomenal, like so much history, man. Like rich, and even just down the road, you got Jerez de la Frontera. Jerez is where sherry comes from.
Mm,
And
okay.
Jerez, I mean, you've got the motorbikes. Jerez is rich, full of history, full of charm. Like the horses, the Andalusian horses. It's so rich, man. This
Mm.
whole area. Listen, come to Spain. Bring the missus, and I'll come and show you around.
Actually, when I come to Spain to visit you, you must rent that Airbnb.
This one, yeah.
This one,
I'll
yes.
have I'll have the small room. You can have the big room.
Okay.
Yeah, have you
That's
seen Ross Rachel Brady's tour guide offering?
I don't. I don't want to talk about it at the moment. I want to.
I,
I want to keep my
I'm
channel
offering.
clean.
Okay. Well, I'm offering the Gonzo Jamie tour guide experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Jamie, tell me honestly, how often did you have regrets of renting that seven-bedroom house in London and with all those headaches coming up?
um, I don't think there's going to be headaches. I think it's going to be okay.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm not actually fearing the whole London experience.
yeah.
I think it'll be fine.
Arc ski, we are in Sevilla in Spain.
Sevilla. The
So
rooftops.
I have another question about that seven-bedroom place. How many bathrooms does it have?
So there's two really big ensuite bedrooms,
Mm,
which is basically Marcelo's and Mrs. So Marcelo and Mummy
yeah.
and Dodger and Mrs. Dodger.
Mhm.
And then otherwise the other bedrooms are sharing bathrooms.
Okay, so the big suites have their own bathroom,
Yeah.
and then the five other bedrooms are sharing one bathroom. Is that correct?
No. There's three floors.
Okay.
There's a bathroom on the ground floor with one bedroom,
Hmm.
and then on the second floor there's like one of the big en suites, maybe two or three bedrooms sharing one bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mix. There's like a family bathroom, then there's
Mm.
en suites. Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. It won't be. I
I
don't
can see
I don't
trouble
think
ahead when Archie is using the toilet. I mean, what happens then?
absolutely foul. I can only imagine the smells. God, not just Archie. You've got Lux. You've got yeah Marcelo, but Marcelo will use his. But yeah, it's
That
not
is n-
ideal.
that is not my kind of thing, to be honest.
No, I understand. I understand. I just go with it. Go with the flow.
Yeah.
It would be all right. It would be
Oh,
good
oh,
fun.
oh, oh! I shouldn't have said that because that closes me now out of being the secret guest. So people will shouldn't have said that. I take that back. I take that back. I keep the mystery going.
No, Higgy made an approach, but he was rejected. Uh, there
By
was
the
no
board.
interest. There was no interest from our side to to allow Higgy in the house,
Okay. Well, that sucks.
especially when you've got guest numbers room 7. That it's non-compatible.
Higgy is the most hated person in the Archivers. We can't change that. Paul
So what was
Francis is in the. Paul
what was
Francis
this
in the.
show about?
Well, the main part is due to come. So I'm just waiting until you shut up,
Right?
because I have the Armin-Strom gravity equal force, and I did some homework,
Behave.
and I was trying to explain that to the punters.
Let's just go back to Paul's comment. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, right?
Yeah,
That's amazing. Hopefully,
how
Real
is it?
Madrid. I have
How
no
is it?
idea. I
Uh,
know it was 2-2 over at Munich, but
yeah, one
it's now
second.
at
I
it's
think
now
they're
at Real
playing right
Madrid.
now. One
Yeah,
second.
yeah. It started at 9.
Let me check. Give you a live result at the moment. So 0-0 after 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 2-2 on aggregate.
Yep. But at the moment, München has no. At the moment, Real has the edge because they scored twice in Munich. So Bayern must score. Jimmy, where are you? I think we just no. Jimmy's back. Jamie? Hello, Jamie. I think Jamie turned off his camera. Jamie, I can see you. I can't hear you. Okay. So Jamie left the building which is now my chance to do a little bit of watch. Jamie's back.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem.
My wife called me.
Okay. Yeah,
She
that happens with
couldn't
iPhone.
find me.
Mhm.
Anyway, I shall bid you farewell. It's good to see you this
Thank you
evening.
very much for passing by. Please enjoy your long weekend. Enjoy life and cherish the good times together.
Cheers, mate. I'll see you soon.
Bye, Jamie. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Yeah.
Okay. Now that Jamie has left the building, I'm trying to do the watch talk that I promised you. So I did some homework. So I think 3-4 nights ago we were talking about this one. Armin Strom, gravity equal force, ultimate. So this is Armin Strom's in-house automatic watch. What you can see here on top is the micro rotor. I said a couple of days ago that this is an inverse movement, which is of course totally rubbish because you can't see the escapement. So this is not inverse. This is open work with those beautiful bridges, or we call it cocks because it's not really a bridge, with those beautiful internal angles here. 6 I could count. Very nice hand decoration. Armin Strom has their in-house movement. They're making most of the parts in-house. And now the big question was, how does this equal gravity, this gravity equal force work? So I said it yesterday that this has to do with the mainspring barrel, and you can see the mainspring barrel here on the bottom. So at 5 o'clock, that is the big mainspring barrel. It has to do with constant force. Viewers of our show know that we've been talking about that. The main problem is with the mainspring that you have in those barrels. When you wind up the mainspring at the beginning, the torque is super high, and then the torque gets less and less and less until it's wound down. And that is not the perfect condition for high precision watches, because that strength, that variable force that you have then on the escapement is resulting in variable precision. So the ideal is to have a constant force, and therefore when you're talking about chronometry, usually you're using 2 devices. One is the remontoir. Basically, what you do is you take the mainspring barrel and you use the power from the mainspring barrel to wind up another smaller spring, and that smaller spring then gives it power away every second or every 8 seconds. So that unwinds every second, every 8 seconds. So and this second winding spring then equalizes out those differences in torque. The other system that I'm a big fan of, because it just looks spectacular, is fuse and chain. So you connect the mainspring barrel with a cone. This is not a direct connection like a bicycle chain. This is connected on a cone, and that cone levels out those differences in torque. So when the torque is very high, you have the very small part of the cone where the chain is connected. When the torque is low, you're using the very big part of the cone where the chain is connected, and therefore you level out those differences in force. Now, the engineer here of Armin Strom is also doing that. I found a video where he's explaining it a little bit, and I'm trying to explain it to you while I'm playing the video. Let's see how that works out. So this is, I think that this is one of the owners of Armin Strom, and he's sitting in front of his computer, and he's talking about the problem that I just tried to explain you, the variable torque in the mainspring. So I hope that you can hear the sound.
A low energy at the beginning for the first two windings. Then we have an optimum range for the mid winding.
Okay, can you see this curve? This is the curve of a mainspring. It is not really perfect because it usually starts very high, then it goes slower down, and then at the end it drops dramatically. And what they are trying to do is here they are trying to use those 75% between the extreme high and the extreme low, and they're taking two measures, and he's explaining that. Guys, can you hear the sound, or could you hear the sound where he's explaining it, or is it muted?
Windings, and we have too much energy at the end once the barrel is fully wound. And the goal of the decut stop mid
So I'm starting again
barrels is we have a low energy at the beginning for the first two windings. Then we have an optimum range for the mid windings, and we have too much energy at the end once the barrel is fully wound. And the goal of the decut stop work is just to use the best working section for the gear train.
Okay, so he's trying to use those 75% here in the middle, and what he does is very interesting. So first of all, he's reversing a mainspring barrel. Usually, when you look at a mainspring barrel, there is a fixed part in the middle. And now I can use that beautiful diagram for the first time again. A second. Okay, here we are. Here you can see the mainspring in the mainspring barrel here, and usually this part here is fixed. So this is the so-called arbor, and here this point is fixed with the mainspring, and then you have those coils of the mainspring, and then outside it is not fixed. It slips, and it slips for a reason. Because otherwise the mainspring would break. So you need a slippage on one end. Now what Armin Strom does is they fix the mainspring on the outer part, and the arbor inside is the slipping, sliding part. Now, this is just an explanation, further explanation. It's not really super important for you to know, but for people who really want to know it, they reverse this system of how to fix the mainspring barrel. But now let's see how they do it.
Energy at the end once the barrel is fully wound. And the goal of the decut stop work is just to use the best working section for the gear train, which then goes to the regulator system. The declutch stop work has two functions. We prevent the barrel from completely unwinding.
Okay, this is a very important part. So usually when you have a normal mechanical watch, one second, lange Seitwerk movement, because I'm gonna explain you how a Maltese cross works. Visit Langepedia, that's always good. So yeah, usually when you have a mechanical watch and you let it run down, you don't give extra energy to it. At one point it will stop working when the mainspring is being wound down. Now you've seen that in the last 15% of the energy of the mainspring, the torque is really low, so you don't want to use that torque. And for that, Armin Strom is using a Maltese cross. And now you may ask how a Maltese cross works, and I'm trying to explain it to you on the beautiful Lange Zeitwerk. So you have it's not perfectly visible. Let me try something else. 1 second. Side, back, T's, cross. Let's see if we can find it here. Okay. Accept. Okay, I think that is a better image here. Okay, here you can see a Maltese cross. The Maltese cross actually is the invisible part, but you can see here that thing with the fingers, and you can see here a flat part while the others are rounded. And what you do is when you wind up or when the watch is being wound down, it goes into those deep grooves, and when it hits that big groove, the movement stops. The movement stops before it's totally unwound. And that is the trick with the Maltese cross that Armin Strom is using in this watch. So the first action that they're taking is they prevent the watch from running fully down. They stop before it fully runs down, and therefore they achieve a higher precision because the torque of the mainspring is more constant. Now the second thing is even more interesting. Okay, here comes now the slip of the automatic mainspring. Usually the automatic mainspring slips outside. I will go into that at a later point of time. We all know that the mainspring of a Rolex slips. So when it's fully wound to prevent the mainspring from breaking, it slips at the end. It is a kind of clutch, but it's not a very precise clutch. Because it has to be lubricated, it has to be adjusted, but over time the oils change, and therefore the friction of that end part of the mainspring is different. So you don't get the full torque, you don't get constant results, and that is what you're trying to avoid. Now, what Armin Strom does is they have here a kind of power reserve indicator for their mainspring. This is just simply a power reserve indicator that is integrated in the mainspring. Now have a look what happens here, because this mainspring indicator hits this little spring, and this spring is releasing then the inner end of the mainspring. So this is a more precise clutch, which is not referring to friction. This is referring to a certain position of the mainspring. So when the mainspring is wound 90% or 85%, then this finger hits the spring, and that releases that clutch. So it's a more constant clutch that they have. It works more reliable and independently of lubrication, and that is where they control the other end of the mainspring curve. So again, we are okay. Thank you very much. You haven't seen what I was trying to show you. That is genius, and I don't have a partner who can tell me that. So okay. So I'm running the video again, hoping that you guys can hear it.
Has two functions. We prevent the barrel from completely unwinding, and we guarantee the slip of the automatic mainspring. The advantage.
Okay, so he repeated it again. First of all, they prevent unwinding, which I think I explained it to you. And now here comes the interesting part with the power reserve on the mainspring barrel. 1 second, let me try to find the position.
And we guarantee the slip of the automatic mainspring.
Okay, here we go. So here, this is the power reserve indicator. You could use that as a power reserve indicator on the main dial, and you can see it. I will show it to you a little bit later. You can see you can hint it when you look at the watch. So this is a power reserve indicator, and when the mainspring is getting or is coming to a certain amount of torque, so the power reserve is high, this finger hits that little spring here, and that spring then activates the clutch. So the clutch then slips through. So here we have a very precise clutch then, because this is activated by that power reserve indicator and not simply by friction, and that friction can be not or is not constant because of the change of lubrication, how the oil changes over time. So this is the more important part of the movement, the controlled clutch that they have, so that the mainspring slips when it achieves a certain amount of torque. So I hope that this was understandable. If not, please let me know in the comments. I was trying my best. Let me show you now the watch in question again. Where is it? Armin Strom. Okay. So now we're coming back to the Armin Strom watch, the equal force gravity. So what I tried to explain you is partly visible here. I think this is here the power reserve, which is at the moment unfortunately hidden. Let's see if we have another picture where you can see that a little bit clearer. Not on that one. Not on that one. Yeah. You can get a hint here of the power reserve indicator that is here. You can see here the Maltese cross that is also here connected to the power reserve indicator. Let's see here. I think I've seen a better picture somewhere, because that only shows the movement in a certain angle. Let's have a look. Here you can, once again, okay, let me share the screen again. Okay. Here on this watch, you can get an idea here. Here is the power reserve indicator. Can you see it here? And that is the spring that goes out. So here, that is the mainspring barrel. That is the micro rotor at the case back. You can see the escapement. So again, what they're doing is they're cutting out the low end of the mainspring torque by stopping the movement simply, and they have a more constant clutch that prevents the watch from overwinding, or that clutch engages far earlier than when the watch is being overwound. And that is the genius part of this equal force gravity watch. Okay, so that was Armin Strom. So I hope that that this was understandable for everybody. I can see here M2 Carlino in the comments. Hello, good to see you. Crappy Luxury joins us. Crappy becomes a regular here. He becomes addicted. Higgy, what does this have to do with gravity? That is a very good point. I think the gravity point part is just a reference to the micro rotor. Doesn't have anything else to do with the gravity, with the exception of the micro rotor. I couldn't see anything that leads to anything else. So it is just a fancy name, just like Rolex Oyster Perpetual. This is basically not a perpetual running watch, but this is just a fancy name for their automatic part. So yeah. So Magpie is asking about the case dimensions. Let's have a look here. I think it's quite big actually. Armin Strom gravity equal force. Let's check the specs out. 41, 12.65. So it's still acceptable. I remember that people are calling my Lange Tourbillon pour le Mérite hockey puck. That is 42 millimeters and 12 millimeters thick. So it's not a small watch, but it's a neat watch. I really applaud them for doing something unique. The color is not really my thing, I must say. That comes to a point that I wanted to introduce you, but now the 1 hour is over. I know that the guys in the horology dungeon is waiting for me, so I'm doing that. I'm gonna do that another time. But you guys remember I had discussions with Tanzil Patel Philippe, who says watches are 80% or 90% visual, so their first goal is that they must look cool. And I disagree a little bit with him because, for example, this is not really visually appealing for me, but I would still accept it if it had a different color. The purple is a turn-off for me, so that is a deal breaker for me personally. Your opinion may be totally different because that is just personal taste. But I'm more of the opinion that when you have a cool, complicated watch with a fantastic movement, it is certainly a benefit when it looks cool, when it looks nice. But you tolerate it more, or I tolerate it more when it's not the perfect 10. But in my opinion, there are deal breakers, and for me, this color would be a deal breaker. However, I know that this is a guillochage, and that is very beautiful. Okay, Magpie says dungeon in 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes my time. Okay, then I can go to this watch because we're right on the topic. This morning, wait 1 second. Yeah, this morning I received a message immediately after waking up. My friend Russ was sending me a picture and he asked me, how do you like that? And I've seen that yesterday after the show. And my first impulse was, it's fucking ugly. I know the reference, I know the design language because I'm born 1964 and I lived through the 1970s. And of course, I remember the cool concept car, which was called the Carabo. Anybody remembers how the Carabo looked like? Oops, 1 second. There's a Carabo. That is the Alfa Romeo Carabo. That is a concept car. That is a concept car from the late 1960s, 1968, made by Marcello Gandini, the famous designer who designed the Miura. I think he also designed the Countach, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not the biggest car guy, but that is the Carabo concept. And the coolest thing was the rear here with those louvers. That was just cool. And just have a look at the shape of those louvers. That those louvers that go down. That is the inspiration for the dial. No doubt about that. 1 second. Have a look at the cool steering wheel. Oops. Come on. Here, have a look at the steering wheel, which is really spacey. I know that you all want to see the girls. So that is a Carabo, and in my opinion, there is no doubt about that. The Carabo was the inspiration for this kind of dial, but I'm still not a fan of those louvers. In my opinion, you know that I'm a big James Bond fan. To me, the Lotus Esprit is one of the most beautiful cars because of those louvers. I just don't like them on a watch. However, I applaud the founder of this company for trying to do that, for trying to capture the light in a certain angle. Those louvers are lowered to the center, so it's certainly a nice play with the light. Also, the shape of the crystal is very neat, very unique, and it's certainly a well-designed watch. I just don't like it, how it looks like. So here you can see the dial that is lowered towards the center. What I like is here that movement architecture, which is very simplistic, very minimalistic. This is not off the rack. This is a movement that is also used by some other high-end independents. Let me check what was the name of the movement maker. I forgot that. Cercle des Horlogers. Designed by Bart Nussbaumer. Cercle des Horlogers, they're supplying also other independents. And I applaud them for doing something with the movement architecture instead of having that 3/4 plate usually, or bigger plates and cocks. You get this kind of fancy cage, which looks really well to the case, in my opinion. So I applaud them for that. I also applaud them for not creating another $100,000 independent watch. This is around 20,000 as far as I know, which is still a lot of money. Yeah, it's 19,000 euros plus taxes. So it's still a lot of money for an independent watch. But I think they put a lot of effort into the design, into the idea, and into making that concept really livable and real. And so I give them the kudos, the credits for creating something really unique and very special. However, the design, for me, it's a deal breaker. I would not love to have this on the wrist. But your opinion may be different, and if you fell into this kind of design, then it's all good. And please reach out to the company. Company name is ALTO. ALTO, the watch is the Art 1. You can see the monochrome article. It's a very recent article, so I'm pretty sure that you can find it. What I'm curious about to see from this brand is, are they sticking with this kind of retro louvers design, or will they make something totally different? So are they more retro design oriented, or will they do something totally different? So I'm looking very much forward to see more watches from them. Yeah, Magpie. This is a prototype, but this is a watch that will be serious, a series. So they just gave the prototypes for the photography. That is a common thing in the watch industry, that watch magazines and also retailers are receiving prototypes to view. So I'm pretty sure the final product will look very similar to that. Okay, so that is my presentation, my watch hour for tonight. I hope that everybody enjoyed it. I hope that I could explain a little bit the Armin-Strom equal force gravity. I'm gonna use this particular animation another time. I'm trying to explain you the slipping process and probably also how a Swiss anchor escapement works. I think that's very cool. 1 second, I'm gonna post the link again just in case somebody cannot wait and wants to do his own. So I posted the link again to that CAD or animated watch movement page in the comments. So feel free to check that out. Okay, that's it for tonight. Thank you very much for everyone who was tuning in to watch this boring channel. Thanks go to Jamie Opulence who hopped on the stream. Thank you very much to Horology Dungeon for waiting. I see Muhammad Ali is here. Hello, good evening. I hope that you're doing well. If you haven't, please subscribe. please run our shows. We need the viewing hours. That would be much appreciated. Please give a thumbs up, and please tune in the next time that we're on. So I'm posting the link. I'm posting the link here in the comments, just in case that somebody wants to chat with me. So I'm here for 2 more minutes after the show, just in case that somebody wants to talk with me in private. Okay, see you. Cheerio. Until next time.